grass belonged to the buffalo. For 1,000 years or more, this shaggy beast roamed the western prairies and grew fat on its blue stems, its grama, and the other succulent grasses that graced the plains. With the coming of the white man and his plow, the buffalo had to retreat, but the sea of grass remained, and it was rich enough to fatten even the lanky longhorn, plodding that long trail north through Indian territory to the railheads in Kansas. Time passed, and so did the trail drives. The prairie then became the home of big steers, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds that could harvest the grass and fatten out for market. Today, that picture has changed again, and there's a brand new story to tell. It's a story of beef on the move, from the prairie grasses to the feedlots, to the markets, and finally, to the dinner tables of the world. It's a story of cows and calves and a story of grass, and the man who puts them all together hoping to make a profit. It's a sort of a magic blend that results in the world's finest meat product. Good cattle, good grass, and good management. That's the way we put them all together here in the rolling prairies and the wooded hills of Oklahoma, the place we like to call Cow Country, USA. Oklahoma is rich in cattle history, and in some ways ranching hasn't changed in more than a century. A good horse is still essential because there's always a calf to catch or a steer to doctor. But today's rancher actually spends more time behind his desk than he does in the saddle. Cowman actually means businessman. He has more than $1,000 invested in every cow unit, and his costs of land and cattle are going up all of the time. Daily market fluctuations can mean the difference between a profit and a loss. So he makes use of the most modern means of transportation and communication that is available to stay up to date and to run a real tight operation. Today's rancher is also a specialist. He knows that he builds today for his market tomorrow. And he also knows that he makes or breaks his reputation on every batch of calves or yearlings that he sells. He knows that his product must perform in commercial feedlots, and it must stand up in competition with the best produced by Guymon in any other area in the country. He knows that it can't be done by guesswork. Oklahoma ranchers send nearly 2 million feeder cattle through the markets and to the feedlots every year. Some of them move directly from the ranch to the feedlot. Others are bought on order or purchased through the stockyards markets of the state. Many are reputation cattle that find their way into established feedlots and bring back the same buyers to the same ranch year after year. And when that buyer comes to Oklahoma, he knows what he's looking for. He wants husky, growthy calves that'll stand up well and get up and go in that feedlot. He wants calves that can be shaped into uniform load lots so that they'll finish out evenly. Calves showing the marks of good breeding and good management. And that buyer wants to know about weighing conditions and shrinkage and, well, how much it's going to cost to get those calves home. The cost of transportation is one advantage enjoyed by Oklahoma cattlemen. Quick, easy delivery is always available to feedlots anywhere in the country. Today's interstate highway system provides straight shots to the Corn Belt, to the Colorado feedlots, or even to the east or the west coast. Every load of cattle leaving Oklahoma marks another chapter in cow country heritage. It takes a long-time breeding program to produce a top-notch calf, and Oklahoma ranchers have long been cattle-minded. Skills and know-how have passed from father to son, so that today, some of Oklahoma's reputation cow herds are in the third and fourth generation of ownership. This is one of the reasons why they show top feedlot performance. Top quality bulls and cows are the first requirement for the production of choice feeder cattle. Today's rancher knows that that bull is more than half the herd, and he'll drive hundreds of miles to find just the right bull. The one with the size and the scale to produce fast-gaining, high-quality calves. Oklahoma cattlemen have long been the leaders in producing just the right kind of bull. Bulls that are performance-tested, and few states can match the outstanding purebred herds found here in Oklahoma. Our cows get just as much individual attention as the bulls do, too. In progressive herds, cows are marked with a legible brand, each is identified, and individual records are kept on their performance. A low-producing cow means a quick trip to the packing house. Oklahoma cattle herds represent all of the major breeds, and top quality is available in every breed. While some ranchers concentrate on one breed, and some prefer another, each of them concentrating on upgrading the breed of their choice, other ranchers prefer to crossbreed. Properly planned, a cross can give the best of both breeds. It gives the rancher another calf or two at weaning time, and the feeder feels that he gets more performance and a better carcass. Black Baldies, or some of these calves are known, are making a place for themselves in the feedlots. Top quality feeder calves depend not only on the proper breeding, but must also be developed and grown out properly. On that score, Mother Nature gave Oklahoma a real big head start, and the rancher takes care of the rest. Various regions in the state are widely known for their grasses. Regions like the half-million-acre Arbuckle complex in southern Oklahoma, where some of our best herds are found. The Arbuckle grass is a mixture of tall Indian grasses and blue stems, along with the nutritious short grasses like buffalo and grama. More productive Bermuda grass and King Ranch blue stem grasses are now being established. And where the land can be cultivated, late summer sorghums provide supplementary grazing. There's no place in the nation that's more famous for its grasses than Oklahoma's Osage country. The rolling hills of the Osage stretch over nearly 3 million acres of northeastern Oklahoma and claim one of the last remnants of the real, true prairie grass to be found anywhere in the United States. The Osage claims some of the most beautiful ranches and some of the finest cattle herds in the nation. Southeastern Oklahoma is blessed with abundant rainfall and a correspondingly abundant growth of native grasses and timber. In recent years, ranchers have begun clearing much of the timberland and introducing new grass varieties to supplement the native grasses. Most of western and northwestern Oklahoma lies in the region known as the shortgrass country. The winters are a little tougher and the seasons grow a little shorter, but the shortgrass ranchers fill in the gap with winter wheat pasture by combining the natural grasses and the more than 5 million acres of wheat, rye, and barley that are available for as much as 180 days of winter grazing. Oklahoma normally has year-long pasture. Improved winter feeding and better protection for that old cow and that calf has allowed many Oklahoma herds to practice fall calving. Calves dropped in October and November are ready for the feedlot by July or August. Calving in both spring and fall, often on the same ranch, virtually assures Oklahoma of a year-round supply of feeder cattle available to the feedlots of the nation. To help maintain the best possible product in feeder cattle, Oklahoma ranchers have established their own quality control program. It's called the Oklahoma Certified Feeder Calf Program. It's a cooperative effort between cattlemen and the Oklahoma Extension Service. The idea is real simple, and yet it's very effective. 10% of the steer calf crop is selected at random, placed in a commercial feedlot, and fed out under the supervision of the Extension Service. When those calves meet the rigid standards for gain, carcass quality, and carcass yield, the parent herd is certified for the next calf crop. The program has caught on rapidly because data collected helps the rancher in his selection program, and it sure keeps that purebred breeder on his toes to supply the right kind of bulls. The symbol of a certified feeder calf is a blue and white tag with an outline of the state. This is the Oklahoma cattleman's symbol of quality and performance. A yearly production of almost 2 million calves and yearlings in Oklahoma requires convenient marketplaces, and Oklahoma has some of the largest and most progressive feeder and stocker markets in the nation. In fact, the world's largest replacement market is located within the state. Numerous other selling points, all with good facilities and favorable locations, are scattered across the width and the breadth of the state, giving Oklahoma the advantage of quick transportation. Fresh cattle can be delivered to feedlots any place in the country in less than 36 hours. Many Oklahoma ranchers are moving toward preconditioning of cattle before delivery to a commercial feeder because that's where the proof of the pudding is actually found. And two, that's where Oklahoma calves really begin to shine. They're big, husky, healthy calves that arrive fresh and in good condition because of the short haul and the treatment before they left home. They show that good beef breeding, and they show evidence of meatiness. They go on feed fast with a minimum amount of sickness, and they do it year after year. That's why feedlot owners in all points of the country have fed Oklahoma calves for years, and they like them because they're money makers. The cut of beef on the table is the final performance test. That's the real payoff. A carcass that cuts out thick and meaty, a carcass that grades choice, that's been the goal from the very start, and it reflects well on both the breeder and the feeder. Here again, proper breeding and proper handling from birth to market assure that Oklahoma cattle will stand up under the test and meet the standards of today's trade. It takes many men to produce the right kind of cattle and to make them meet the demands of the American food buyer. It takes the producer, the feeder, an order buyer, the packer, the retailer. They all have a substantial stake in the beef industry. Each is dependent on the other, and no one of them truly profits from mistakes of the other. The modern rancher knows that he must stand squarely behind every shipment of feeder cattle that he makes. He's the middleman between a top cow herd and the feedlot. He's a businessman with a terrific investment and reputation to protect. And he knows that he's got to deliver top quality products to keep those customers coming back. Yes, it's a long trail from the buffalo and the longhorn to the modern beef cattle of today. And it's no mistake that today Oklahoma has the highest density of beef cows per square mile of any of the major beef producing areas. Cows, calves, and grass. They've been a rich part of Oklahoma tradition. It's a proud heritage that truly merits the name of Oklahoma, Cow Country, USA.